Hello, I'm RWA President Leslie Kelly, and it is my privilege to give you an update on what's happening with our thriving organization. I discovered RWA at the very beginning of my writing career. At my first conference, when I was unpublished and wide-eyed, I never dreamed that I would someday serve on the board of directors, eventually becoming the president of the premier writers group in the country. During my 20 years of membership, I have seen tremendous changes in RWA and in the romance writing industry. When I joined, there were 13 major publishing houses in New York. Amazon was known more for being a river than a retailer, and ebooks came on floppy disks. The sands of the publishing world have shifted beneath our feet, sometimes creating potholes and sometimes craters. Despite the eddying currents and surging tides, RWA has remained strong with the help of our board and staff, and especially all our hardworking members who every day put their fingers on keys and jump on the teeter-totter of this business with its crazy highs and disappointing lows. I have really been blessed this year with an amazing board of directors. At every meeting, we sit at that conference table and discuss, debate, compromise, and agree, always with the best interest of the organization in the forefront of our minds. So I must express my sincere thanks to all the board members for their passion and their efforts. They are remarkable people. They have taught me, supported me, and continually awe me. Of course, their work wouldn't be possible without RWA's amazing staff. The people in our Houston office are dedicated to the organization, working long, hard hours to keep everything running smoothly. There are also the committees, task forces, volunteers, and our members who want this organization to be the best it can be. Thanks to all of you. You are very much appreciated. One of the things the board has had to tackle recently was a request from the City of Denver and the Sheraton in Denver that RWA reschedule the 2018 conference. Another major event will be bringing 40,000 sports retailers into the city during our originally scheduled week. The city was concerned that RWA would have to compete for restaurant, shopping, lodging, and even walking space. The board decided to make the change, and the 2018 conference will now be held July 18th to 21st. I hope you'll come. Denver's my new hometown, and I'll look forward to seeing many familiar faces. This past year, the board continued to focus on several issues that affect our members. We strove to move forward with the important job of ensuring a safe and welcoming place for all writers. This world grows more beautifully diverse every day, and we want to be a living representation of that. RWA is a place where every romance writer should feel welcome, because they are. No one should ever go into an RWA meeting and feel out of place. We write about relationships, about kindness, about cracking open hearts and prying open minds. I hope everyone who hears the name RWA immediately associates it with a place where a hand of welcome is always extended. I was particularly reminded of that after this year's Golden Heart Luncheon, when one of our members told me how much it meant to him to be with such a warm, loving, accepting group on a day that would otherwise have been a very dark one. I hope all of you will join me in pledging to be the light, not just for our readers, not only through our stories, but also with our co-members and the entire romance writing community. As every writer knows, doing research is an absolute must. So RWA recently commissioned a survey of our membership to find out who they really are, what they're writing, what they're seeing in the market, and to gauge their thoughts on diversity. At the 2017 RWA conference, we hosted our very first Diversity Summit. More than 40 people participated, representing publishers, authors, RWA staff and board members, and retailers. Our 2016 Librarian of the Year, Robin Bradford, moderated a lively, fascinating discussion. As I said at the summit, a rising tide lifts all boats. By helping all members reach an audience, we are creating even more romance readers, so everyone benefits. There are a lot of young people out there who are the romance readers of tomorrow, and in this fast-paced, multicultural world, authors have to make sure we give them stories with people and communities they recognize, so they'll fall in love with the genre and will come back for more. Speaking of fast-paced and technological, after many years of discussion, the board of directors recently voted in a change in our popular Rita contest. Starting this year, the contest will be moving into an all-digital format. When I put out a call for feedback from our membership on this issue a few months ago, there was strong support for the move. We're very excited about it and hope it will make the entire process run more smoothly and efficiently. At the RWA conference in Orlando, we tried out a new schedule, shaking things up in an effort to accomplish several objectives. The board has been trying to think of ways to increase the prestige and value of the Golden Heart contest for our members. With the advent of indie publishing and today's quick-to-market philosophy, the contest has been losing some momentum. Pulling the Golden Heart Award ceremony out of a joint event and into its own luncheon was an effort to place 100% of an audience's focus on just those awards. I believe it was very successful, and the membership seemed to really enjoy it. We want the contest to thrive again, for it to become less about the award ceremony and more about giving new authors a shot at making a lifelong dream come true, selling their book. Some other changes in the schedule came about in an effort to increase the return on investment for our members. In the past, we have been asked why the pro-literacy benefit signing wasn't held on a weekend, so more of the public could come in to buy books. Considering the literacy signing is as much about allowing our members to interact with the public and hopefully find new readers themselves, exposing them to people who live in the area seemed like a really good idea. Speaking of pro-literacy, one of the highlights of my presidency was when I was able to accept the President's Award from Pro-Literacy in recognition of the more than $1 million RWA has raised for them over the past 2 decades. Through the generosity of authors, publishers, volunteers, staff, and the amazing support of Nora Roberts Foundation, RWA has been proud to support the efforts to improve lives through literacy. I have to end by thanking all of you for your support, your passion for this genre we all love, your enthusiasm, and your kindness. My daughter just attended her first RWA conference, and her takeaway was this: "Mom, you've been coming to these things for years. I always thought it was just about the writing, but I finally understand what you mean when you call it being with your tribe, because I think it's my tribe now too." Thank you all, and here's to many sales, many successes, and much happiness to every one of us.